If this is how you're finding your last stage of the story mode for the latest event actually ending, I'm just going to go through how I think you can complete it without running into all those nasty tentacles. Hello and welcome to another Watcher of Realms video, and in this video we are going to be going over the Crawling Dark event. As we can see in the top right hand corner, you can see the Crawling Dark. We're going to just click on this. I have completed most of the basic stages on the story modes. If we go into it, you don't have to complete all the story mode to go on to challenge mode. You can just go on from, I think, stage 4. That's why it says, like, it's got a little break off here. If I click that, I can get onto the challenge mode. And the story mode is not, like I say, it's not massively rewarding. If we miss this one stage, we miss out on 100 of these sigils, so it's not really that big a deal. But some people are completionists. You want to be able to complete it. I think this is going to be very difficult for a lot of people, but it is a very balanced stage in that everyone's going to have pretty similar experience because you're not taking your own characters in. You've not got your own gear on these characters. So I can show you how I can do it, and you should be able to replicate that quite easily. So we'll jump into the stage and we'll see how it goes. So starting the stage, there's multiple things that we have to be aware of when it comes to the progression of the stage. If you just saw the actual boss had +1 go on this kind of like bar that's going to periodically tear up, and every time an enemy gets to him, it will also tear up too. It's kind of a little bit like Artifact Material Raid. When it gets maxed out, that's when all those tentacles spawn. It's going to happen regardless. You have to take down the boss within a certain amount of time because he will periodically add 1. But if you have any enemies get close to him, it's going to obviously tear up much faster. It's almost impossible, I think, to survive the actual tentacle spawn just because they one-shot your characters, just like these tentacles here one-shot your characters. At the beginning, what we're going to do is we're going to place down 2 range characters to deal with these. And we're going to do them out of the range of the tentacles. We're going to do them here and here. It will take a little bit of time to do. You could come up with an idea where you actually sell these characters afterwards so that they can attack the boss on like a respawn, because the boss comes down the middle and you block the boss down here. We're going to wait until the boss gets quite late in the walk to block them, and this is just so that we can attack them with 2 melee characters. One being Valkyria, we don't want to tank the boss, and then the other one being just one of the tanks. So we'll wait until the boss starts moving down, and we'll put Livian at the bottom. She seems to be the better damage dealer tank, so you might not want to do this. You might want to put Isolde instead. They don't really work how the characters actually work. Like Isolde doesn't do a shield when you do her ult, but it is what it is. We'll try and wait as late as possible, but not too late. And then we'll put Valkyria down above, and now Valkyria will be doing damage to the boss too. Now the boss does do AoE damage and sometimes does try and like one-shot some characters. I'm going to put Isolde on the right, and this is because Brienne's a better damage dealer, so she'll deal with the enemies coming down a little bit better. And we'll also, the ones on the right hand side I think probably take more melee damage, whereas these ones don't take as much melee damage, so we're going to need Valkyria to actually do some damage there to take them out quickly. And hopefully we can do the ult here. So we take out 1, and now she can tank the next 2. And then this Doomsday Ritual is the AoE, so you can see the kind of damage that it's going to do. And as you can see, if we had characters around the boss, it would do, obviously, AoE damage around. I think we can have the healer on the side, healing them in the middle. But sometimes the healer will just randomly get one shot. I'm not sure if it's, like, adjacent to the actual, where the Doomsday thing goes off, where the boss is standing. But as you can see, the right side is absolutely fine. Brienne deals with that. What we're going to do as well is we're going to put down this character here. We need to beat the boss reasonably quickly, as you can see, because it's just slowly going to fill up. Now we have 4 enemies spawning as well, and then we're going to have 4 enemies spawn on this side. It gets a bit problematic. A little bit. So we're going to have Doomsday come out again, and as you can see, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'll try and put down this character here. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to survive it, to be honest. And this is just so we do a bit more damage to the boss. One of these enemies will probably walk past, but we might be able to just blast them here. There we go. Not a problem. So what you could do is you could have like Brienne maybe down here looking up. But she will take AoE damage when that is the case. So you've just got to be aware. That's the issue. We'll pop the ults of the people that are in the positions to actually do damage. And you can see, like, if they're adjacent, they're in trouble. So that, like, these slots here are problematic for sure. And no magic damage here, so it is a problem. So we might sell this character and put in someone else up here. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to take out the characters coming down. Yeah, we do. We take them out quick enough. So Falchia's in the right place. We should be okay because you can see we're only 50% of the way there and we're below 50% HP. It's just if we get too many numbers spawn on the left and the right and bigger dudes that come in afterwards as well are going to be a problem. So what I'm going to do is this character that's going to respawn in a second, I'll put in this position looking right and hopefully like get a bit more damage off that way. Or we could put her at the top looking up and hopefully the character will kind of stand still for a bit. I'll try and blast this character again. Falchia should be able to deal with this. She might actually die because she's going to take the AoE damage from the boss, right? Let's see. What I can try and do is actually time the placement of Imani so that I place her once the Doomsday thing's already gone off. That can maybe help. That can maybe help a little bit. Let's have a little see. But we should be fine. It is a bit of a troublesome boss. Now we're getting massive numbers spawn. It's going to get very problematic. But you could have like the placement already here to try and help out with that if you wanted. It's up to you, obviously. We could have not used the ult of Brienne on the last wave. That would have been good. I think she blocks one extra here, so that's a good character to have outside rather than the main boss, so she blocks a bit more. Falchia will turn around. And we're going to get it done. It isn't easy, but everyone's on the same footing. So, like, if you kind of watch what I just did and try and replicate it, you should be able to get through it. Should, air quotes, be able to get through it. But is it that important? Not really. You're just going to get 100 of sigils. If I go into the store, let's back out into the store. We have got the redeem shop. And, you know, you can get a little bit of extra. I did actually just see it light up. Is there a secondary story mode, maybe? No, it's just okay, full completion, maybe. You get a couple of extra summons. So maybe it is worth, obviously, trying to complete it. That last stage isn't easy, but hopefully you're okay with actually completing it. Now, I will go on to these stages next. If the last stage is, like, difficult, I might do a video for that. But I think this might be a little bit more straightforward. I do remember the last stage here last time being difficult in the story mode as well. And it's just because you don't use the characters that you have and you don't use the gear that you have, so on and so forth. Now, hopefully this has been useful for you guys. That is the end of this little video. I want to thank you very much for tuning in. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.